All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. This is a session, how to maximize the value of your subscriptions by using SUSE Customer Center, RMT, the SUSE Registry, and System Insights. So here we basically want to tell you a little bit about SEC, what SEC is, SUSE Customer Center. I will tell you a little bit about RMT, our repository mirroring tool. And we'll have a few live demos of things that we've been releasing in the past few months. And as well, we're going to be telling you what the things that we'll be working on in the next year or so. But before we begin, I'm here with Theo. Tell me what you want to tell a little bit about yourself here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Theo. I'm the product manager of the telemetry work we do in SUSE.
Yeah, and I'm Hernan Schmidt. I'm the product manager of the SUSE Customer Center. So before we begin, I wanted to kind of have a summary of what is the value of your SUSE subscription, what it is that you get from a SUSE subscription. We basically provide, a trusted open source supply chain. So you know that the code that we build is exactly the code that is compiled and then delivered to your systems in a secure, consistent, and correct way. You know that the code has not been tampered with. We provide Linux and container management solutions, SUSE Rancher Prime, SUSE Multi-Linux Manager, as you know them. We also provide patching, so your systems are always up to date with the latest maintenance and security patches as well as the latest features. We have documentation and an extensive knowledge base, so you can learn how to solve problems, how to manage your systems, how to install them, configure them. And we, of course, provide great technical support so that whenever you have issues, whenever you have a problem, you can count on us to help you with that. So why did I mention all of this? Because in our team, we basically provide you some of the tools that really help you unlock that value of your subscriptions via SEC, RMT, and the SUSE Registry. So let's start with SEC. So SEC enables you to manage your SUSE products, your subscriptions in an easy way. And then via SEC, whenever you have an issue, you can get in touch with their support. So SEC is your central hub for resources, support, and SUSE software as well. So via SEC, we have subscription management to manage the usage of your subscriptions and expiry dates and so on. We have a system inventory, so you know what systems you're running with SUSE products. We provide software updates and downloads, so you can get the latest patches and features for your SUSE products. And like I said, help and support, you can get in touch with our technical support team. And in subscription management, here you can see in SEC, you can come and see all the subscriptions that you've acquired from SUSE, see their quantities, their expiry dates, and what products are included in each of these subscriptions. You have a clear order history, so you know all the purchases that you've made in the past, as well as the ones that are coming up. And you can see which systems are consuming your different subscriptions. One new feature that we're just released in beta in the past couple of weeks, it is not enabled for everybody yet, but if you are interested in this, we can enable it for you. So one thing that we've heard from a lot of customers is that they don't have a very good idea if they are using their subscriptions more than, whether they purchase enough subscriptions for all the systems that they need to run, or if they deploy too many systems and they're maybe over the limit of the subscriptions that they purchased. So we've launched this dashboard in SEC, the subscription usage dashboard, that aims to help answer that question. It guides you so you can know, okay, which subscriptions I may be overusing, or where do I have capacity to launch additional servers if I need to. Right now, it supports SLES and SLES for SAP x86 products in all of the different units of measure, so high density, low density, physical only, and virtual only subscriptions. It will take into account any servers that are registered to SEC, and that means whether you register them directly to SEC, via RMT, or SUSE Multi-Linux Manager. And it will also take into account hypervisors. So if you're running VMs on top of hypervisors, this tool will help you also take into account the sockets of your hypervisors and those VMs that are associated with unlimited VM subscriptions. So they shouldn't count against your usage. We've also made it simpler to manage your systems in SEC by deregistering multiple servers, especially the inactive servers, in just a few clicks. And we'll see about that in a little bit. And now, as mentioned, for us to give you a good overview of your usage of subscriptions, we also need to have information about the hypervisors on which those VMs are running. So you can now, to have a more comprehensive inventory of all your systems, you can also register hypervisors with SEC. This supports VMware and KVM. And you can do it either using the SUSE Multi-Linux Manager Virtual Host Manager feature, or with another script that we released called SEC Hypervisor Collector, in case you don't use SUSE Multi-Linux Manager. So by doing this, you will have an overview of what servers are registered or running on which hypervisor, and in our subscription usage feature here that I mentioned before, any of those VMs that are associated with unlimited VM subscriptions will not be counted against the usage.
So we have a systems inventory solution already in SEC. What you see here is a latest screenshot I will explain. What you can get out of that is that you can see your whole SLE landscape right now in front of your eyes. Coming soon, the Rancher Manager information will be also included in the SEC server inventory. And as Hernan mentioned, we want to make it easier for you to keep your systems inventory clean. So one way to do that is the new feature that we have introduced already, and now you can bulk select your systems, your inactive systems. Very easily, you can clean them out. You can select the inactive systems by filtering up there, step number 1. Step number 2, you select all the systems that you see in front of you. You do a check if they are inactive, if there is any issue, just to verify that you're not deregistering an active system. And then step number 3, you just click deregister, and that is all. Next one, please. Another feature that we have introduced, label management. We get from our customers very often that I would like to have separate views of the system information that I see in SEC. So nothing extraordinary, but you can right now assign labels to your systems. If you want to have a separate view for between the production systems, the non-production systems, you can assign the labels via the UI. You can assign the labels via CLI during the registration of your systems, or you can do it later, of course, again from the CLI. You can assign multiple labels to one system or one to multiple systems, up to you, and of course you can filter by labels. The very next one and the last one for the server inventory is that for the MSP customers, we get very often that I would like to offer consumption-based billing, and this is the system uptime. What you have to do is only enable the data collection for the systems that you would like to keep track of the online hours as an MSP, and then you can charge your customers based on the consumption. Very easily, if you, for example, use to label your customers based on their name or something with the previous feature, and then you get the export from the system uptime, you're going to get a report with all the systems, the ID, the host name, which days they were online and for how many hours, and of course which customer it is if you based it on the labels, and then you can charge your customers based on that. Next one.
Yeah, so if you need to, of course, SEC is also the platform that delivers updates, as I mentioned before. So via SEC, you can update, get access to the latest security patches, the latest features that have been released for our software. You can enable additional modules, additional extensions via the YAST UI or AutoYAST. Here we're saying the YAST UI. Or you can also use the SUSEConnect CLI tool for that. Via these tools, you can also migrate to the next service pack. So they will use information that they get from SEC to understand, okay, which service packs are available as a next upgrade for your current running version. And then you can migrate to the next service pack or even the next major version costs less. And last but not least, all these software, the patches are delivered via our secure content delivery network. This is a worldwide content delivery network with mirrors all over the world, which means that they will be downloading very fast no matter where in the world you are located. In addition to patches and packages, you can also download from SUSE installation media. So when you need to bootstrap a new server, you can get the ISOs that you need to install a new server from SUSE. You can also get new subscriptions for a trial. So if you want to test a new SUSE product, you can get a 60-day trial from SUSE. And we also provide a UI where you can search for the packages and patches available on our different products. For example, if you want to install a certain package and you don't know in which extension is available, you can look it up here, and then we'll tell you, okay, you need to activate the web and scripting module, for example. This new UI also has an RSS feed. We've unified what used to be the patch and package search into a single UI, so this information is more easy to access in a single place. It also includes this RSS feed, as I mentioned. We haven't released this new feature yet, but I'll show you how to get access to it, and you can try it out. But it should be available in the next couple of weeks. And via SUSE, you can get help and support. So you can open cases when you need help with from our technical support team. You can just open a case via SUSE. You will have a view of all the open cases that you have, all the history. You will be able to attach new files or anything that is requested by our support team as well. So to make sure that you get the help that you need. And you can include participants on those cases when you want to keep other people informed about the status of those cases, and even escalate them when you're not getting the response that you wish you were getting. So now let's jump into a quick demo of some of the new features that we've been working on. So here we have an account that we set up for SUSECon. It has, each account has a number of information that is only available to that account. Here you will see a widget that you probably don't have in your own account yet. This is a subscription usage widget, which tells you at a glance whether you may be overusing subscriptions or not. We'll go into the details a little bit later. Here you can manage users who you want people to be able to access the information. So if you don't want people to access this information, you simply just don't need to add them here to the SUSE account. So this particular account has a number of subscriptions with different products, expiry dates, and so on, with different quantities. And it has a number of registered systems. And here we can already see some of the features that Theo was mentioning. So these systems, for example, are labeled. This is a production system, this is a development system, and these are testing systems. So now it's super easy to distinguish systems that are running in different environments. You can or separate them by customer. However you want, the labels, you can create them as you wish and manage them as you wish. Assigning labels is very easy. Just check on the systems that you want to assign them to, and there you go. So now we have label systems. Creating labels is also very easy. You can here go to the manage labels and simply create a new one, for example, QA, and done. So now we can use that new label to manage systems, to label systems. We can also easily filter. So we want to see just all production servers. The labeling allows us to do that very, very quickly here. And the other thing is that if you have any inactive systems, you can also filter them out very easily. So just go here, click on inactive, and you say, well, these servers are actually not running anymore. I don't want them to have an SUSE in an SUSE. So you just click here, check all, deregister, and then I won't click on that one, but that will remove them fully from SUSE. So you can just keep a clean, up-to-date, and fresh inventory. And that's important because in this new subscription usage feature we're working on, all those inactive systems will also be counted. So if you don't want them to be counted and you want to have a more accurate picture of your subscription usage, then it's good to just remove all those inactive systems. So this is our subscription usage dashboard. we can see we have, all right, 79 subscriptions available, but I'm also over-consuming some socket pairs as well as VMs. That's in a summary view. And below, we see a breakdown per unit. So we know we have different types of subscriptions with low density, high density, virtual, and physical. And here you have all of them at a glance. And you can see how many of those systems that are registered are consuming each of the different type of subscriptions. This, again, only takes into account the systems that are registered to SEC. So if you have systems that are not registered, then they won't be visible here. But it gives you already some guidance to know at what level of usage your subscriptions are. In going to the new patch and package search view, it's not, as I said, available in the menu yet. It should be there in the next couple of weeks. But you can get to it by going to sec.com/p-search. And this interface unifies what was the package and patches search that we see down below into a single interface. Much easier to navigate, and then you get all this information at a glance. So for example, if you want to know, I don't know, I'm just going to type a package name that I know, so SUSEConnect. You want to know whether there's any patches releases or what versions that package is in the different service packs. You can get that information here at a glance. You can also see any patches with that have been released with that keyword. And of course, you can filter by product. So if you're only interested in a particular service pack, you can also do that. And if you want to be notified whenever a new patch is released for a particular product, all you need to do is click on this button. This will copy the RSS Atom feed. You add it to your RSS reader, and now you can be up to date with the latest patches. All right, let's go back to the presentation. So RMT is the next solution I wanted to talk to you about that we also offer from the SEC team. As you know, not all systems are connected to the internet. Some systems may be running in disconnected networks where they don't have access to the internet and they cannot download patches from our CDN. In this case, you can use SUSE Multi-Linux Manager, or you can use RMT, which comes for free with less subscriptions. And this will allow you to mirror all these repositories locally in data center and then install them to your servers. So the repository mirroring tool is an offline mirroring of repositories that makes it very easy to mirror all repositories. It allows you to save bandwidth and storage, so you download a package or an update once, and then you distribute it to all your client servers. System registration to RMT is as simple as registering a server to SEC, so there's nothing different there. Any servers that are registered to RMT will also be forwarded to SEC, as we saw. So they will also be taken into account into subscription usage. You can also mirror custom repositories. So if you're building your own RPM repos in-house that you also want to then distribute to more systems, you can mirror them in RMT and have them in a single source. And in the past couple months, we also enabled you to mirror Debian repositories as well. We also support air-gapped environments. So when you have a fully air-gapped network that has no connection to any external network, you can have one connected RMT, another disconnected air-gapped RMT, and transfer the repos from one to the other. And as I mentioned, this is included in your SLES subscription, so there's no additional charge for using it. The other platform that we offer via, from the SEC team is the SUSE Registry at registry.suse.com. So you may know about BCI, the base container images. These are images, container images that are offered by our SLE team. They're based on the SLE distribution and offered in different types. We have base containers that are very minimal, and you can use them to build your own images on top of that. We also have prepackaged application container images. So applications like servers, databases. They come prepackaged, so very easy to just run them from there. And also some development stacks. If you want to develop applications in different languages like Python, Go, Ruby, those are also available. These images are SALSA compliant. We provide SBOM attestations for them, and they're also signed, so you know that they're coming from a verified vendor. So the SUSE registry, we don't, in our team, we don't build these images, but what we do is provide the platform, the website, where you can browse through these images and learn what is available to you. So you can easily discover all these images that I just mentioned. We provide rich information about those images, very detailed. You can also have, we also provide vulnerability reports, so you can know which CVEs may be affecting these images before you download them. There's also some image documentation, so you know how to use them, configure those images. You can search, and you can access some exclusive subscriber-only content that is only available if you purchase a subscription. Because actually, most of the BCI images are available for free, and you can even redistribute most of them. So let's do a little bit of short demo of the SUSE registry. So again, you just go to registry.suse.com. This is also available via SEC on the left-hand side. You can, maybe I should have just done that, click container images here, and you'll also get there. Here we go. And in this platform, you can see the different categories of images as we talked about. So the SLAS-based container images, the development images, and the application images. If we go, for example, to the application category, we can see there's RMT that we just talked about, Kubernetes CLI, PCP, PostgreSQL, MariaDB. So a lot of prepackaged applications that you can just use very easily. And if we click on any of these images, you see we have a nice README. So if you want to learn how to use that image, how to configure it, you can get that information directly from here. This image looks quite healthy. No vulnerabilities have been found, and it was just scanned about 1 hour ago. So we're continuously scanning all of these images, and you can get latest up-to-date information about whether it has any vulnerabilities. We can check that in an older image, I don't know, 15 days old. Yeah, there are some vulnerabilities. So there you can get the full report of what CVEs are affecting in each image. So yeah, now we've been talking about a lot of what is available to you already and right now in SEC and RMT and SUSE registry. We wanted to go a little bit now into the future. What are we working on? How are we working to enhance SEC and these tools to make your life easier? So before we get there, I wanted to share what is our vision for the SUSE Customer Center. So our vision is to be the go-to hub that provides you, our SUSE customers, the resources, support, software, and insights that you need to succeed in using your SUSE products. So we're doing everything that we can to make it easy for you to use our products and to get the most of the value of your subscriptions. And the focus areas for the next year or so are subscription management, again, to help you understand the usage of your subscriptions across all environments. User experience, to make it easy for you to find the information that you need. And system insights, which Theo will be talking a bit more about, which is to help you understand the health of your SUSE systems. This is a screenshot of the feature I showed, the subscription usage feature. And one of the first things we want to do, right now we know it's a bit heavy on the number, on the text, so we wanted to make it a bit more visual and easy to consume. We'll be extending the inventory, so currently it supports, as I mentioned, SLAS and SLAS for SAP x86, but we want to enable additional architectures, and additional products, more extensions, SUSE multi-Linux support, and even SUSE Rancher Prime, which you will be able to register to SEC in the future as well. And we're working on a proactive report. What do I mean by this? So right now we know that to keep track of when your subscriptions are expiring or when a particular service pack is running out of support, you need to manually come to SEC or go to our lifecycle page and check this information for yourselves. But by talking to a lot of customers via interviews, we've learned that this is kind of a time. It's a process that takes some time, and I just want to be notified when things are happening. So we're working on a report that will be more proactive, so you'll receive it in your email. You can opt in for that, which will give you a summary of your subscription usage. It will tell you which subscriptions are expiring soon. It will show you the latest activity that's going on in your organization, and provide you some additional system insights, like, for example, when any of the service packs that you are using are close to running out of support. So we're trying to bring that information to you rather than you having to come to us and remember to do that. In terms of user experience, one thing that I'm really excited about is this unified navigation. So right now, SUSE provides a lot of resources. There's a lot of websites that you can go to learn more about your products. But what we don't have is really consistent navigation across all these sites. So we're working on a unified navigation that will make it super easy for you to navigate into all the different resources that we provide, and will provide you quick access to the most popular links that people access. So here's some small screenshots, but I can give you a bigger demo here. So this is still in progress, so not yet released, but you can already get a view of what it looks like. So this is the usual SEC landing page that you probably already know. But at the top, we have this new menu, this navigation that gives you access to support, documentation, product information, subscriptions and systems, and additional resources as well. So what we want is for this navigation to follow you across the entire SUSE ecosystem. If we go and log into SEC, then that navigation will still be there. And even if we go to the documentation, for example, we'll also have that same documentation. So going from one resource to another, when you're opening a case and you want to learn, about this particular issue you're having, it'll be super easy for you. And speaking about cases and getting resources, we're also enhancing our case management. Most people that we talk to are quite happy with how case management works right now to open cases and so on. But we know there's always ways to improve and provide more value and make it easy for you to interact with our technical support team. So for example, one of the things that we'll be working on is that you will be able to attach files when opening a case. Right now, you have to open the case and then attach files. So we'll make this process a bit simpler in the future. We will also, as you're opening a case and typing your problem, we will do a search into our knowledge base and documentation, and provide you recommendations of docs that maybe already solved the problem that you have. So you don't even have to open a case. You will be able to help yourself and solve the problem for yourself. And if there are any particular knowledge base articles that you are interested in, you will also be able to subscribe to those articles and get notified whenever they change, so you're always up to date with the latest information. Now I'll pass it on to Theo to talk a little bit about the System Insights features.
Thank you. So we are working to improve the subscription management, as Hernan mentioned. We're working to improve the user experience that you get out of the web pages and portals we have in SEC and others in SUSE.com. And one thing that we are focusing as well is the server inventory solution. So currently in SEC, you can find information about your systems, hardware, software information. We are working on a set of features for the System Insights. Currently, if I can briefly explain that, the advanced system information, the screenshot you see down bottom right, you see the server inventory that Hernan showed a bit earlier. Currently, the information you get out of that is just basic software and hardware information. What we are working on is we are developing a System Insights client where the customer should install and then enable a data collection. With that, we will be able to get more data points, and for what reason, so we can give you all this information back to you. Someone might think, but I get another solution to get this information, or I get MLM, I'm a customer over there, like, why should I do that? With the interviews that we have conducted, we understand that of course, not every SUSE customer is an MLM customer, one point. Second point is that even if you are an MLM customer, doesn't mean that you manage all your systems under MLM. All the customers, they have other systems that they don't manage under MLM. And what we're trying to do is we want to provide you more value for the subscription you get, as Hernan mentioned, even if you're not under MLM, and you can just use SEC. So you can get more data points, hardware, software information, repositories that you have enabled, hardware information, BIOS versions, everything that you may need in front of your eyes. The second one, the product end-of-life monitoring. Hernan mentioned a bit earlier about that. So right now you can get information about the products that are reaching the end of life soon if you go to SUSE.com/lifecycle. So for example, you have a /15 SP5, and what you will do, this is admin, sysengineer or someone, you will go to SUSE.com/lifecycle, you will navigate and you will filter out based on the /15 SP5, and you will see when my SP support ends and when the LTSS ends. And then you will plan accordingly. And you have to do that for every product that you have, right? What we're saying here is that we have the information in SUSE, we don't have it in SEC, we have in SEC all your systems. What we want to do is to connect this information, put it under one umbrella. So when you access SEC, you will be able to see the screenshot that is the left bottom with the green highlight. So you'll be able to see that for this specific system, for example, the SP general ends in that date and the LTSS and the next date. And the same thing, this is just a very brief information you see there, but at the same time, we're gonna have a whole product end of life feature that you'll be able to see all of your systems that they are reaching end of life soon, or even packages in case you enable the data collection from the System Insights client. Very next, the vulnerability monitoring. Again, we want to bring the CV information that is impacting your systems. We want to bring it tailored to your needs, tailored to your infrastructure. Meaning that right now in SUSE.com, we give you the information about the CVs that are impacting our products. But again, the same way with the product end-of-life monitoring, you have to go manually and select what kind of products do you have, which CVs potentially they are impacting your systems, and then do a match between them so you understand like what you can patch going forward. What we say here is that we want to bring this information again in SEC. So when you access SEC.SUSE.com and you see your organization, then you will have a very quick, brief page that will show you all the vulnerabilities, all the systems that are being impacted by some CV. And then easily you can plan your security patches. The very next again, package updates notifications. You want to keep your infrastructure up to date, totally understood. Again, you can get the information already. As Hernan mentioned earlier, with the package and patches tool, you can go and search on your product or your component, and you can see if there is anything coming up that you can update it with. Here, what we're saying is that we need again, we want again to bring this information inside the SEC, tailored to your information, meaning that to your infrastructure. Sorry, meaning that once you access the SEC, the server inventory, you will be able to be notified with an in-product notification that there is a new package available for your system or systems, and at the same time, again, as Hernan mentioned, proactively to report back to you if there are new packages for which systems, and potentially an advice for us, what are your next steps. The same proactive report will be including, of course, as well, CV monitoring, product end-of-life information, and potentially new systems that are being registered into your organization. One thing is the proactive reporting, another thing is the system alerting. So for more urgent information like the CV monitoring, there will be most probably like an option, because we're still scoping the whole feature, there will be an option for you to receive a more close to real-time notification, not so much as a proactive report monthly or regularly. All of this information will be provided in the new dashboard. that you are familiar with right now. The dashboard exists, but we don't have all these insights, all these widgets in the new dashboard. All this information will be provided in the new dashboard. No, yes. The dashboard itself. As you can see, I hope you can see, from the top left corner, we want to give you a sneak peek of your whole subscription usage. Hernan talked about the subscription usage feature previously. So once you land inside the dashboard in your organization, we want to quickly give you the information that, for example, you have enough capacity for your subscriptions or you're overusing some of them very quickly to see. Same way, some system infrastructure insights. How many inactive systems you have and why this is an issue to you. As again, Hernan mentioned, the inactive systems count towards your subscription usage. System alerts. Again, the CVEs or the products that are reaching end of life soon, these we consider them as more important for you to get information more quickly. So these are system alerts that you can get information for. Recent activity digest. What products are being activated, upgraded, or activated or updated, or even upgraded, or removed. Quickly in a digest so you can understand. Imagine that you're an IT manager, you want to find out very quickly like what has been done the recent days in your organization. You can get a glance over there. Upcoming product end-of-life insights, again, very quickly to see how many systems of /15 SP5 you have, that they are reaching end-of-life soon, so you can get a list of these systems and then act accordingly. And if you enable a data collection from the System Insights client, then the same information for the product end-of-life we can have for the packages themselves as well. That was all. Back to Hernan.
Yeah, thank you. And well, now I actually wanted to do a kind of a shameless plug here. Another product that our team is working on is the SUSE Private Registry. So this is an on-prem cloud-native container management platform, which is based on Harbor, on the open source project Harbor. It allows you to store, distribute, and secure your container images. So if you're familiar with RMT, this is basically similar to RMT, which RMT helps you with the RPM repositories, but the private registry helps you to distribute container images, Helm charts, and OCI artifacts. So if you're interested in hearing more about this, we'll have a talk on Thursday at 4:30 in room 5. Theo.
What we'd like to tell you before we leave you is that as we mentioned, all these, we're working on many features, and we would like your insights, we would like your feedback. So in this, you can scan this QR code or go directly to the website for the System Insights. We have a very short survey, and we give you the possibility if you want to subscribe to System Insights or the subscription usage early access program, so you can become our beta testers when we have the very first release out, so you can get feedback directly. We can enable the feature just for your organization, and then you can work with the feature. Of course, we would like to see you also subscribe to the SUSE Insights Customer Council. This is a broader umbrella program, feedback program, that you can give your feedback, and we can contact you for anything that has to do with SEC, all the components, the features, and the products that the SEC is working with. And of course, you can write this presentation. If you have questions or concerns or anything, of course, we have a Q&A section. We can stay here, but later on, you can also approach us. We will be around the venue, or you can visit us in the Voice of Customer kiosk in the showcases over there. Just the hour before, I was explaining, I was giving the presentation of the SUSE System Insights for understanding your SUSE systems better. So if you would like to know about the System Insights features, you can also hear and see the recording of that. So nothing more. I think thank you very much for attending.
Thank you very much.
That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you.